Hello, my name is Alexander Mesri. I'm a technical engineer at the SEF e-delivery support. Today's tutorial will be going over the changing of certificates for the SML SMP stack. If you'd like to know more on the prepare change certificate call, please navigate to the following URL. Once you arrive at that page, you navigate down to the documentation section and you should be able to see an interface control document of SML link. By downloading that document, you'll be able to explore all the services that SML may provide. Once you've successfully downloaded the interface control document for SML, navigate to section 3.6. Under the points 3.6.1, you will find the Prepare Change Certificate details. If you would like to know more about SML as a service or SEF building blocks, please visit the following links. For this tutorial, we will explore the change certificate process in two of the most common cases in which a certificate may need to be changed. The first case is in which the certificate is close to expiration, and the second case is when the certificate has already expired. In order to avoid operational downtime, it is good practice to be aware of the expiration date of your certificate. It is never a good idea to wait till the last day before initiating the change process. When in doubt, please do contact the SEF e-delivery support and they will assist you. In order to obtain a new certificate for operations, the system administrators would need to contact the business owner affiliated with their project to obtain new certificates. In the case where you're an open people infrastructure operator, then you should contact the Open People Authority to obtain your new certificate for the SML. Now moving into how the certificate will be changed. There are two methods on changing the certificate on the SML. The first method is a Prepare Change Certificate call provided by the SML. Using this method, the user is able to change a certificate as long as his own certificate is still valid. The second method, in the case the certificate of the user is no longer valid, you need to contact the SEF support. Now let us explore the Prepare Change call. For the purpose of this tutorial, we shall be using SOAP UI. It is a freely available client that enables users to craft their own SOAP messages. SOAP UI may be downloaded at the following link. Using this tool, we will be able to make a Prepare Change call to the SML. Do note that there are other clients available for such purposes. In order to make a successful Prepare Change call to the SML, two conditions will need to be met. First and foremost, the user's certificate must still be valid. An expired certificate will not allow you to make a Prepare Change call. This is why it's important to initiate the Prepare Change before the expiration date of the certificate. The second condition that needs to be met is that the user would need to be in possession of a new certificate. This will be the certificate that the Prepare Change call will use to replace the existing certificate. Now before we proceed to the actual changing of certificate, some preparation would need to be carried out for SOAP UI to be able to communicate with the SML server. As you are outside the European Commission network, you would be required to have SSL authentication enabled on your SOAP UI client. To do so, you need to navigate to the SOAP UI preferences and then select the SSL settings tab. Within that tab, two fields would require the user's attention. The key store, which would be set to the location of your SMP certificate, and the key store password. As we are using SOAP UI for this tutorial, we have prepared a Prepare Change Certificate request. On this slide, you see the content of the SOAP request made when making a Prepare Change Certificate call. Between the two tabs of Certificate Public Key, you need to put the content of your new public key in that field. Beneath that, you'll see a migration date. The migration date actually represents the last day of validity of your current certificate. This will enable SML to know that it needs to replace your certificate by that date. Now that all the elements are in place, you've prepared the SOAP request that you want to use. The final step would be to specify the URL that you are going to use to make this Prepare Change Certificate call. If you're in acceptance, it's https://acc for acceptance .edelivery.tech.ec.europa.eu/edelivery-sml/bdmsl service. If, however, you're in production, it would be https://edelivery.tech.ec.europa.eu/edelivery-sml/bdmsl service. The difference here is the ACC that would define if you're in acceptance or production. Once you plug in that URL, you may execute the call. The next step would be to execute the SOAP request. As you see here, the SOAP response that you receive upon unsuccessful execution of the SOAP request would be as follows. For your information, the HTTP response would be a HTTP code 200. If, however, your certificate was expired before you initiated prepare change call, you would need to contact the CEF support to assist in the replacement of your current certificate. Do keep in mind that the new certificate should be obtained or requested with the business owner defined for your project. Before contacting the CEF e-delivery support, the user would need to provide the information of the expired certificate within the SML. The user would also need to be in possession of a new certificate, and the user would need to provide some information on that certificate to enable the change. The user would need to contact the CEF e-delivery support in the following way. He would need to issue an email to cef-e-delivery-support@ec.europa.eu. The email should contain the SMP ID. It should also specify the environment as in production or acceptance. And you would need to include the new certificate public key in a zipped archive format and attachment to the email. With this information, the CEF support would be able to carry out the change for you. And this concludes this tutorial on the Prepare Change Certificate call. If you need further help or further information, please use the information within this slide. Thank you very much and hope you will join us on the next tutorial.